Well, good evening, everyone. It's 8 o'clock. It's Wednesday night. It's time for the Studio Rats Q&A Live, number 188, believe it or not. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
I mean, who the hell watches this stuff? Could you stop doing that? It's like Deccan Ant. It's all wrong.
It's unbelievable. It's like every time we do a video, it's like you've got to do it. Hi, I'm James. Every time I try and go first,
it's wrong.
It's you. It's all about you.
It's all about me. It's all. I'll stop now. Hello, how are you?
All right, mate. All right.
Yeah, what have you been up to? Anything exciting?
Lots of videos.
Mm-hmm.
A video tomorrow coming out on 2 Notes Genome.
Nice.
Which is their sort of amp sim software. It's quite clever, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Got some good bits. Got some really good bits with it. Doing that. What else have I done? We released a video of the your lovely little your filthy dirty Fender amp.
It's lovely,
really
isn't it?
Needs hosing down.
It does.
That's good. Do you know what? That amp sounds to me, that's like a versatile Friedman.
Yeah.
You've got the Fender clean. You've got a better clean than the Friedman's got.
Yeah.
And you've got like drive. It's like a modded Marshall sort of drive, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't
really,
sound like a Fender drive.
No, it's really impressive. That amp. Lots of comments though on that amp. People saying that it's really unreliable.
Seems to be fine thus far.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's funny. Do you know what? I reckon half the chat on, we used to be gear sluts. What's it now? Gear space. Gear space, if we got to say. It's all gone so PC, isn't it?
Yes.
But I reckon, someone posts on that and then that becomes gospel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When, I don't know how many real life problems that there have been of that amplifier. It's like, there's all those classic amplifiers. People go, oh no, that's the amp that you shouldn't buy. Like a JCM 900, always problem. I've never had a problem with the JCM 900.
No, I believe the phrase is bulletproof.
Yeah, well, that's that's the way I've always seen them. And I used to know a guy who owned a rehearsal studio, and he just used to buy JCM 900s because he knew how easy they were to fix.
Yeah, 800s and 900s were the absolute staple of the rehearsal studio world, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, what have you been up to? I'm just going to turn that light off actually because it looks like I'm wearing some sort of halo when I do this.
He has a halo. I, like you, have been making videos aplenty. The headphone video last week did all right. Speaker video is doing okay. Interestingly, the beautiful people at Studio Spares reached out to me and said, that video's done okay. Would you like to give some pairs away? And I said, yes.
Oh, nice.
So
I could have done it. I could have done with a set of them in NAMM.
As it turns out, so could I. So they're going to send me some pairs of headphones and we're going to work out a competition to do.
Nice.
So so that's all good.
Which reminds me as well, we have got a set of cream tea pickups.
Ooh, yummy.
To give away as well. So we need to work out how we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe how can we work out? Maybe we should let the audience come up with a
bribery and corruption.
Bribery and corruption. Yeah, really nice, not inexpensive set of pickups, quite pricey set of pickups to give away.
Quite like that. So it's been speakers and monitors this week. I've just put another new set of monitors up on the desk for a video, and they sound absolutely stonking. The new Antelope Audio Atlas i8s. I mean, they're not faint-hearted when it comes to price, but my goodness, they sound good.
Nice.
Like, I've been playing every type of possible cheesy music that I like through them and going, Wow, these sound really good. Like,
Oh my
I
God,
don't
you
want.
love cheese.
I
You do
don't
love
want.
the old shit. Do you know what he's listening to? He was listening to some obscure Gloria Estefan track when I turned up. It was but it was like it's just like the song that no one would ever listen to, but James
She
Ivy
was
listened
my
to it.
first pop star crush.
Is she your what's it called? Is she your get out jail, whatever it's called?
She's not one of my get out of jail free cards. I do have 2 of those. But no, she was
What's
my
his
first.
name? What's his name?
Dave. But yeah, so videos are plenty, lots of stuff going on, lots of planning and plotting and stuff. Gregoire is over tomorrow to finish the last bits of studio stuff with me. Then we're off to Manchester for a weekend of cheerleaders. One day I'll explain the whole cheerleading thing, but hey, there's no point. But yeah, busy week, and then children deciding they're being ill, they're not being ill, then being ill, they're not being ill. Yeah, great.
Yeah, nice.
It's good. So before we start, so when I write the blurb for these that goes on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like this, posts and it says, "Come along and join us." I try and think of something vaguely humorous to theme the week's show around, and it all goes completely out the window. But what I thought tonight was, we want to know the videos you want us to make. What gear do you particularly want us to review, look at, destroy? Tips and tricks, how-tos, things like that? Or do you just like it when Paul and I get together and lark about, a la Top Gear? We are the Top Gear of guitar, aren't we?
The bottom gear of guitar.
low gear, low ratio.
Yeah.
So let us know what videos you'd like. We'll make a note. I mean, I've got a whole load have come through and comments and stuff on videos that I've done for the other channel. So yeah, keep your normal comments and stuff coming through. But if you do have any ideas for video, quite frankly, we're feeling lazy and we thought, let you guys do some work for a change.
I love the way that you haven't discussed this with me at all. This is all just your idea. James had a beer. He's had half a beer and he doesn't know what's going on. He's making up rules on his own.
Yeah. What's the problem?
Right. Should do some comments?
Here we go.
Hold on. I need to move this because I can't
get your glasses out.
No, I can't see. My camera's right in the way of the there we go. It says greetings, rats and viewers from Lebanon. Greetings, Nabs. Hope you're well, mate. Keith says happy Wednesday all. Happy Wednesday, Keith. Hope you're well, mate. Pet, good evening, sugar dumplings. Sugar dumpling. Let's do this.
Indeed.
Al says, evening, gentlemen and TSR friends. Hope everyone is well.
Al, I will message you later about when I'm in Sheffield. It's not this weekend, it's next weekend, basically. So if you want to grab those speakers from me for a borrow, you are more than welcome.
What speakers?
The Image 2s.
What's the Image 2?
Fluid audio image, the ones I put the video on about.
Nice.
Yeah. But Al's quite interested, so he can borrow them for a bit.
Nice. Jeff says, good morning from Brisbane, the cultural hub of Brisbane. I hope everyone's feeling well and happy. I need to sort out a different place for my camera.
Oh, whoa! Extreme close up. Did your son ever get into a YouTube channel called Ninja Kids?
No.
My 2 have, and it's basically American kids shouting at each other while doing kind of gymnastic-y type stuff as well. Very strange. It's like, oh my God, all I hear is American kids go, awesome, amazing, great, yeah, amazing, great. Oh my God, go away. Anyway.
Not great. Evening, guys and gals, says Chris. Hope you're well, Chris. Christopher Brightman White says evening all. Double-barreled names. Posh. Major Pentatonic. Hello all. Hello, Major Pentatonic. Shep says evening rats and all. Evening Shep. Pet says, what plectrum would you recommend to give a similar tone to finger picking? I always favour the sound of my fingers on acoustics, though my plectrum technique could not be on point. So you want to go for, I wonder if I've got anything in here. find the skull of doom. This is the place where I keep my plectrums that
The skull of doom.
I keep my plectrums that I don't actually use. Yeah, so something like this is a V-Pix. V-Pix are there they are, sorry, wrong camera. V-Pix, handmade picks, American picks. Yeah, I gave James some V-Pix actually, and they do some. You want to go for like a thick, rounded end.
Yes, I was about to say
something like that.
Round.
Something like that. So it's got to be thick and it's got to be rounded, so you don't get the attack. You don't get that initial.
That'll be good.
Exactly. Yes, look at the rounded end of that. To be honest, I think that fingers sound way better than plectrums. And the tone and stuff. Just listen to someone like Mark Knopfler, and just.
Or who's the guy who did the Van Halen cover recently? The amazing fingerstyle guy, young.
Oh, Mancuso, whatever his name is.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I know he's ridiculous. He's absolutely ridiculous.
Off the chart, amazing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would have said for fingerstyle, you want nice and thick, nice and round. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely get that more. You won't get all the attack from the pick. Nictarius says, "Evening, gents. Paul, what is your opinion on low wattage small combos? I saw your video on the Vibrachamp. Nice tone. I want to get a 5-watt Supro, but it has an 8-inch speaker." So some small low wattage combos can sound really great because you haven't got the headroom, so you hit that ceiling much quicker, so you don't get as much dynamic response. You don't get all of the dynamic range that you would get from like a high powered combo or head or whatever. And some sound really good. 5-watt, I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried actually, how many watts is the Vibrachamp? I think that's 12. Isn't that 12 watts? No, maybe that is 5 watts. That sounded really good, and that had a 10-inch, I think, and that did sound really, really good. I quite regret selling that. I needed to sell it.
My old original silver face from like the late 70s Fender Champ that I should never ever have sold. Sounded absolutely amazing, and we used to use it for bass through.
Did you?
Oh yeah, because that's what we had. We used to play bass through it. It sounded incredible. But I think I had an 8 or a 10, only a tiny little thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you either really like that low headroom thing, or you don't. Like people that are used to like high powered 2 rocks, that sort of stuff, they would plug into it and absolutely hate it. So I'd really recommend trying it out before you commit to it. But don't think that 5-watt is going to be a low, it's going to be quiet. It's going to be, they're loud. 5-watt's still loud.
5 quality watts is
loud. Yeah. Thomas, he said, "Good afternoon, Rats. Good afternoon, Thomas. Hope you're well." Dave or Pavo, hello all. Hello, Dave. The Elmwood 560. Hello, Paul. Are you using the preset on that Lexicon plugin or dialing it in for your guitars? So the initial one that loads up, just tweak that. Just tweak that to your liking. It really is.
We are so low rent when it comes to plugins, aren't we? It's like
no, I'm not normally. I normally have to really tweak. But the Lexicon 224, the UAD one, you put it on, just dial in the right amount, and it's great. It's great. I mean, you might want to brighten it up a little bit, or increase the decay time or whatever. But the initial settings inside it are great. Just tweak it to your liking.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yes. Max says, "Oh boys, brave on Valentine's." No, it's all right. We never go. I mean, we can't go out on Valentine's anyway. We've got a son. James has got kids, so it's not as though we can all go out on Valentine's. But I'd never go out on Valentine's Day anyway because it's.
I could go out tomorrow night and spend half as much and have twice as better meal.
Yeah.
Jen's not upset by that. I mean, I am out tomorrow night for a mate's birthday, but you know, Jen's. I don't think she's particularly fussed about it because we both say let's not go on Valentine's because that's a complete rip off.
It is it's such a rip off, isn't it?
Yes.
Mississippi Blues, evening TSR and all evening Mississippi. What's he got there? Oh, go back. He's got a new guitar, hasn't he? Is that a custom shop? It's nice.
It's had a battering, that's for sure.
Yeah, but as it should do. Max says his name is Sonny. Get a jail. There you go.
Yes.
Haven't seen Sonny
in ages.
Does Max know Sonny?
Yes.
Steve Cassidy, evening rats and rat friends. Hope everyone is doing great. And you, Steve. Hope you're well, mate. Tom Ross, hit the.
Please.
It really does help. Yeah, thanks. Give us a like if you're enjoying it. It really, really does help. It's amazing. Do you know what that the Ampex video, the blue Ampex video, 130,000 views or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how many people watch a video and don't subscribe or don't don't like and stuff. It's
they reckon it's about 3/4 are not subscribed.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. If I had like a fraction of that subscribed after that video, I'd have hit the 100,000. I want my silver play button.
What was it? So the only reason I bring up this Ninja Kids thing is because I'm watching it, and they've been doing it a while from when they were little kids. They're now sort of teenagers, and they've got 80 million followers.
Wow.
80 million.
And
I was like,
someone doesn't have to work, or do their parents, or do their PAs.
The pair, it's a machine now. They've become a machine.
Yeah. As it should be. Well done to them. Wow. Yeah. Bring it to ya. It says more Amplified Nation amp videos, please. Yes. If Taylor will send me some more, I would love to do more. I do like them. I've got both of them over
there on your new shelf.
On my new shelfie business. It's on wheels and everything, so I can wheel it about.
Nice.
Because I'm sick of. Do you know what I'm sick of doing? I'm sick of doing amplifier videos and having to sort of move everything.
Pull everything apart.
Yeah. So I've even got the little Victory amp in the rack down here.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
In the rack, which is yes.
Nice.
Mr. Abraham, he says bonjour. I thought you were away in Europe or something.
He's back now. He's back. It was only a weekend. You forget Lee's a weekend warrior.
Yeah, but I thought it was going for the week or something.
No, mini tour weekend job.
I want to hear all the groupie stories. I want to hear all the Lee groupie stories.
The gigs look good though. The second one especially looked like a great gig.
How are you seeing all this and I'm not? Is this on Facebook?
It's called Facebook.
Oh, I don't look at Facebook. Facebook's a waste of time.
Well, clearly not. If you want to see what your mates are doing.
Yeah, I want to see what. Yeah, I want to see what Lee's doing.
What I should do then in that case is I can't. Why
affordable gear videos, please. That doesn't look like an affordable guitar.
Not really, does it? Affordable gear.
No, it might be. Maybe it's a. I don't know what that is.
Right, I'm posting the link. If anybody wants to join us in the show to talk about stuff, they are very well. Guitar stuff. Well, any stuff, to be honest. I mean, maybe not your marital problems, but because we are not qualified for that. But yeah, anything you want to talk to, really, anything musical, it's all good. Affordable gear videos. Yeah, all right. I'm sure we can work on that. Actually, most of the stuff I bring to you is affordable. You're the one with expensive taste.
Yeah, there is something coming out. I had a meeting today. There is something coming out on middle of March that is gonna get everyone pretty excited. I think.
Is that what I think it is?
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it is exactly what you think it is. But anyway, then no,
Right.
it's not fair. That's like we're tormenting, and that's not.
Yes, we are.
Great fans, he says. Good day, folks. New sub from Oregon here. Nice one, mate. Welcome and thank you for the sub. Kinks said low gear morning here in Kiwi land. Low gear, yeah. He's just getting used to it.
Getting himself together.
Steve says could try felt picks. Yes, you could definitely try felt picks. The only thing about felt picks is the only felt picks that I've ever used, because I had a banjo pick actually that was a felt pick,
right?
And it's quite hard to get any sort of because they tend to be quite thick, and because it's felt, it has to be very thick, and it tends to get a bit clumsy. Great for sort of strumming and stuff, but not for any sort of anything articulate.
Anytime I pick up a banjo or go anywhere near something that is vaguely banjo-like, what's the first thing I play?
Ding, 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 ding.
It's so wrong, and everyone just looks at you and goes, yeah. "What a..."
No, you've got to do it. You've got to play that. I did a theatre tour. I did a theatre tour where we had to play that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I like doing that. Jim Simmons just hooked up a pair of Sterling MX3 studio monitors I bought from MF on sale. Who's MF?
MF.
On sale for $50, low end and very good for 3-inch speakers. Nice.
Not bad. MF.
Don't know.
MFI, that's something different.
MFI. Yeah, very. I don't think it's been MFI for about 20, 30 years.
Yes. Although we hadn't mentioned it, very sad to hear the passing of one of probably, arguably, the longest standing Radio 1/2 DJ.
Absolutely.
The passing of Steve Wright, very, very sad.
Yes, very sad. What a great presenter.
A great body of work.
Yes. Mike Goodwin says sharp point ice pick. Sharp point equals yes. Okay, yes. So we're talking about plectrums. Yes. So sharp point. I like sharp points. My plectrums of choice are these Dunlop flows, and they have a sharp point on it.
Do you mean these ones?
Do you nick that? You thieving?
No, you leave them here. You just put them on the desk and you leave them.
They're like a pound each.
A whole pound. These are the ones I use.
Yeah, rubbish.
Standardized Gibson mediums, Gibson Delta mediums.
Rubbish things.
Because they're the ones that everyone uses for their promo ones. I
don't understand why anyone would use them.
Because they're free.
No. Yeah, but people use them out of choice. Axel Fabry says, greetings from Germany. I like chicken picks 2.7 mil, which have a finger-like tone to my mind. Nice. I do like a big stubby for jazz with the actual finger grips in. Yeah. Well, the bigger sized stubby. Probably got one in here. I've got so many plectrums. Yeah, I've definitely got one in there somewhere.
I think the thickest thing I've got at the minute, other than these, which are pretty sizable, is an Ernie Ball 1.5. And it's like a piece of plastic. It's not a pick. It's like,
yeah. Mike says, so across the way, do you call finger picking finger plectrumming? No. Finger plectrumming. No, finger picking, I would say, or finger style.
Plectrums, the phrase plectrum comes from accordions. Not accordions. Oh, what are they called? Harpsichords, because they have a plectrum.
Do they?
Yes, they have that's why a harpsichord sounds as it does, because the strings are plucked with a feather plectrum rather than struck with a hammer.
Sergei, can you bring down your camera a little bit? All we can see is your glasses and your snozzle. There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I was wondering who it was. I was wondering if it was Lee. I was wondering if it was.
Greatness has
There
come
we
amongst
go.
us. Please welcome Mr. Fresh back from his tour of Turkey and Sweden. Sorry, Torquay and Swindon. Please welcome Mr. Lee Abraham.
Ah, there he is. You all right, mate?
Hello, guys. I'm taking it easy.
See, look, he's so posh now. He's so posh. He calls himself Sergei now. He's no more. He's no more man of the people. Cheap instrument.
He's exhausted from all those gropies, and I did say gropies.
Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that the mini pedal board that I showed you last week was just an utter success.
Was
totally
it?
Awesome. Totally brilliant. Totally brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, well done, man. That's brilliant.
To the point, the guy, both the sound guys at the venues, because they're really surprised when you turn up and you've got no backline. Still, even today, they're really surprised because myself and the bass player don't use any backline. We're both direct in. And they're really surprised and they say, oh, no backline. Oh, okay. Oh, well, you guys are going to be easy to mix, And then
they realise it's prog and they go, oh, my God.
Yeah, no. No, they're prog-friendly venues. It's fine. Yeah, they're prog. They got stickers on the window that say prog safe. You're okay.
What colours are the rainbow for prog safe?
The safe space for prog heads. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. So but yeah, both sound guys were really impressed with the noise that came out of the IR2. Really liked it.
Great. Oh, that's great. That's great. And what did you take? You took your Sir and a different guitar, or did you just take the Sir?
Just took the Sir.
Nah, I see you're professional. And I'd always worry that, and I can't ever go to a gig without at least two guitars. Well, no more than two guitars, but I take two guitars just in case. But
yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, you obviously you worry about breaking a string, but no, it never happens. So no, it
fine. Doesn't, does it? You're right. No. It never happens, especially on a quality instrument. If you've got an old pile of crap that's got sharp bits and it always breaks, and you wouldn't probably take that.
Or you haven't changed your strings in 6 months, then fair enough. But
yeah,
the strings are only 1 gig old that I went over with. We're only doing 2 gigs. We played Friday night and Saturday night, so it was drive over Friday, did the gig Friday night in Belgium, transferred to Holland on Saturday, Holland gig Saturday night, and then drove home Sunday. Fantastic time, really good.
Oh no, whereabouts in Belgium were you?
Verviers.
Oh, nice.
Played at a club called the Spirit of 66. And on Saturday we played at the Borderijk, which is in Zoetermeer, just outside The Hague in Holland.
And how many people turning up to the gigs?
Yeah, we did all right, actually. We had about 120 on the Friday night, and we had more on the Saturday night at the Borderijk, probably over 200 or so.
That looked like a really good venue. That second night looked
I was
great.
just gonna say the Borderijk is an absolutely fantastic venue, and there was lots of discussion that we had. How can a venue like that exist over there? If you picked up that venue and put it in England somewhere, it would be bust within a year, and I just don't understand why.
Well, certain countries, I don't know if Belgium or Holland is one of them, but like Sweden, for instance, the government subsidise a lot of music.
Yeah, the Borderijk has definitely got a whiff of public funding about it, definitely. But having said that, the Borderijk has also been there for 40 years now. It opened in 1984, and again, if that was in England, you'd hear constant threats every year about its funding being cut. Every year you'd hear that. But nothing with the Borderijk. It's just been there forever. I mean, ever since I've been gigging on the prog scene, which is about 15 years now, the Borderijk is the place in Holland to play. Everybody plays there,
Right.
Maybe that's what it is. That's why it's like Rock City in Nottingham. Everyone on that scene wants to play Rock City in Nottingham.
Yeah, possibly. But you just get so well looked after. You turn up in the dressing room and the fridge is well stocked with beer and every soft drink you could ever want. There's food everywhere. There's towels everywhere. And there's nice showers and changing rooms. And
that is not the case on the UK scene. That's for sure.
Exactly. And I can't understand how they can make it work over there, but we can't seem to make it work over here. I mean, some of the venues you play in the UK are just awful.
Did you ever play the Redback?
No.
in Acton. It was actually a really good venue. I mean, as in, always got a good crowd, but the stage was half decent size for like 3 or 4 piece band, but the dressing room behind the stage used to be the gents' toilet and still smelt like it.
Yeah.
Nasty.
What about the Peel in Kingston? You guys ever play there?
God, not for a billion years.
Yeah, well, it's not there anymore. But I just remember that. I mean, that used to be the typical English venue to play. It was just, and they had pole dancers in the bar next door. You know,
nothing wrong with that, mate.
It puts you off your prog.
Puts you off your prog.
We have to get a T-shirt done with that for the push you up pole dancers. Push you off your prog.
Anyway, just thought I'd come in and say, the guitar was great. Still love it. The mini pedal board worked out an absolute dream, and great pair of gigs. Brilliant.
Well done, mate. That's fantastic. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah,
great.
All right, chaps.
See you later, mate.
Cheers,
Lee.
Buddy.
Take care. Oh, that's nice.
And there he was, gone.
Always nice to hear from Lee.
Right, let's go.
Sent of a wheelchair pillow. He says, "Do you know why my Fender amps have the on/off switches in the back? It's inconvenient. Why can't see standbys versus power, etc. Is there any benefit of having switches in the rear?" No, I think to be honest, I think it's just closer to the power outlet and stuff. So it's probably less wiring that's going from whatever, from the power to the transformer to wherever. It's all.
I agree. It's a right pain. The Friedman has its main power on the back, but the standby on the front. It's a right pain.
Yeah. So if you look at the blue overdrive reverb, has got both on the back, and it's also got a boost switch on the back as well. So you have to plug in a foot switch. It's not a massive deal and stuff. And the Wonderland Overdrive, the black one at the top, has the power at the back and the standby at the front.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Yeah, but I think I think these are done like that because of tradition before, more like copies of the Dumbles. But I reckon it's something to do with the shortest amounts of distance from the
rather than having long cable runs internally. Yes, like that.
Yeah, and neatness as well. I reckon it's that. Yeah. Steve says, vid ideas. The Studio Rats pedal shootout, just to see how it performs on search. We've done that, haven't we? We've done sort of pedal shootouts. Everyone moans about pedal shootouts. You always
the last one we did was a tube screamer isn't just the tube screamer isn't just the tube screamer. That did quite well, didn't it?
Did it?
Yeah, I seem to remember.
Let's have a look. Yeah. Are people getting bored of pedal videos though?
Well, this is kind of what I wanted to find out. I enjoy them.
I like them too.
It's a weird one. But what's quite funny is Al's next comment.
How about James versus Paul pedalboard build video? Be great to hear and see the difference in tones. That would be interesting.
That's a good one.
That would be interesting, although you haven't got a massive. Have you?
I've got about 100 now.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's 3 shelves over there, and there's loads on the floor. Yeah, it's getting quite silly.
Yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds like a good, fun video.
Right. I need to make a note of all these. Let me go on my pad of joy.
Shall I move on?
You carry on. I'll make notes. I'll
find where there we go. I found the comments. So click on there. Jim says, just hooked up. Oh, no, we've done that.
Yes, we've done it already.
Okay. Dave says, hi, fellas. Glad to catch you live again. Have you tried the Jackson Audio Abassi pedal? It's Mateus Asato signature drive. I just got it last night. Super cheap and new. Thanks for everything. No, I haven't. Yeah, there's a lot of Jackson Audio stuff that's quite interesting. Jackson Audio, I always quite fancy trying the gold. I think it's a Golden Boy, which is the Joey Landreth one. And they
Greg
do
would
some
fight you for that.
Yeah, they do some interesting things with their pedals and MIDI. I think so you can store presets. From what I remember, yeah, nice one. I'd like to try the is that what it's called? The Abassi. I thought it was the Wasabi or something.
Oh, what's up?
I thought it was called Wasabi, but I could be so wrong. Brilliant. No, yes, I'd really like to. Davros Halfbeard says, "Hi, good evening. Got the Dunlop 5150 plectrums for a laugh, and thought they were a bit flimsy. Now I really like them. Low resistance for more speed. Yeah. Hey, look, no one could complain about Eddie's tone, could they? Aristotle's, depending on the speaker efficiency, 1 watt is enough to play over 100 dB. Just a little bit of under, depending of the speaker. Well, there we go. It's interesting. 1 watt you can get 100 dB out of.
That the Chandler amp, the GAV 19, will go down to 1 watt, and it's like I can't really tell the difference. It's still ridiculous.
Yeah,
but as we know, it's not volume; it's headroom.
Yeah.
You know from talking to Dennis, it's not all about volume.
Yeah. One Man Carnage, suggestions for setting the flanges and phasers in the GT1000. For some reason, I just can't get something usable from them. Do I need to use resonance or manual settings? It's all about, think about flanges and phasers. It really depends on where you put them in the signal chain.
Very much so.
I imagine what you're doing is you're putting them after the amp or after the amp block. Try them before the amp block. You might have a bit of a surprise. If you like that sort of classic Eddie Van Halen, ain't talking about love sort of phaser tone, that's before the amp. And I think the only time that a flanger is ever useful post an amp is if you want that sort of jet engine, that sort of that sort of sound. That's the only time I ever think it's useful. I think everything.
Think Hawkwind.
Yeah. Yeah. I always think it's great to have those sort of effects before the amp block. Hope that helps.
Nice.
But yes, maybe we can do a video on that.
Yeah.
Darren says, "Oh, what's that? What's he got there? So it looks like a PRS. It's not able to watch you live, but popped in to give you a like. Thanks, mate. Always watch on catch up at work. That's it. Always good to waste time at work watching these two idiots talk about absolute complete guff.
Well,
always appreciate the content. Cheers, Darren. Thanks, mate. Chris Stewart says, "Is it possible to invent the germanium PMP fuzz tone?" What's PMP?
Post and packing.
Is it possible to invent? Chris, give us a little bit. Go a little bit deeper with your question, if that's all right. What do you mean by PMP? Let us know, and we'll try and get around to that later on. Mississippi Blues parts cast are very affordable. Looks nice, doesn't it? Looks very nice. Very, very nice. Caesar's Revenge. Curious if either of you have tried a PRS Pulse guitar. I bought a DGT SE and was so impressed I bought the SE Pulse guitar as a hardtail counterpart, and I think it's even better. Split, it's great. Those pickups that he's got in the Pulse guitar, I think, are even more single coil like than. And
he goes on to say split coil.
I think on the Pulse guitar, I think. I don't know why. I don't know what Paul Reed Smith's thing is about having to have humbuckers. And I know, obviously there are single coil versions of PRS guitars, but most of them are humbucker guitars. He doesn't. He's obviously a man that doesn't like noise, or doesn't like. He definitely doesn't like any sort of relicking process or anything like that. Personally, two things that I like. I like noise and I like relics.
Hello.
Hello. I haven't tried the Paul's guitar. I'd really like to try it, actually. The only thing that makes me worried about it is that you've got to like those pickups, because if you don't, there's nothing else that fits them.
Oh, are they really bizarre?
They're like, they're like a squashed humbucker. It's not like a mini humbucker. It's like a squashed humbucker.
Right.
It's in them.
A squash bucker.
Squash bucker. Yeah. Unfortunately, no one makes them, so it's a PRS only thing. Great. Vanzini says, I used felt once for a while for recording bass for that dead thump sound. Yeah, that would work well, I imagine. And also got a big gap between the strings as well, which.
Or do what Carol Kay does and strap half a flannel on the bridge for that.
She did.
Dun, 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 dun. It's amazing.
Did she play that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Vic Vaughan says musician's friend. MF. Musician's friend. Awesome. Yeah, we don't have
them, so
yeah, don't know much, but yeah, glad you're getting something out of those speakers.
And many people have also said we're stupid and don't know that.
There we go. Musician's friend is MF. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we don't have. The pools in black gold is 729 Sweetwater right now too. Nice. David Brose. Good picture. I've been using EBS flat patch cables. I use those as well. But what are some of your favorite patch cables? I'm into low profile. Those EBS ones are great. I've got them all over the place. Because you can fit right butt against each other.
I've got those. I've got some Dunlops. I've got homemade ones, or lots of homemade ones, because you get what you need. I've got some George L's. They're very good because they're solderless.
Yeah.
And again, you
Don't get into that.
Pardon?
Don't get into solderless cables. Don't get into that discussion.
Why not?
Because there's very different opinions about solderless cables and solder cables. Please, let's not talk about it.
Well, they're entitled to their opinion, wrong as it may be. It's time for greatness to join us once again.
Mr. Casardi.
Casardi is joining us. Welcome, Steve.
Hello.
Hey,
hello,
buddy,
mate.
how you doing?
You all right?
I'm good. How's you doing?
Good, mate. All very, very well. Glad to see your channels getting lots of love.
Thank you very much, mate. And thank you for the shout outs over the past few weeks. Hugely appreciated. Could you hear and see me okay?
Yep. All good.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Yeah, great stuff. I came on with a bit of a dual agenda. The first one was to test some of this live stream stuff. And the second was I wanted to ask you, Paul, because you recently did your Bolt guitars build.
Yeah.
I don't have the Bolt guitars kit, but I've got a few of the color finishing system things.
Yeah.
So I'm off work this week. And I know it's Wednesday already, and I've been planning at the start of the week to start this 5-day process of doing it. But like I say, I didn't have the kit, so I was planning on refinishing this body.
Oh, great.
Right, but it's took me like 3 days to get the finish off of this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a poly finish, was it?
Poly finish, yeah. First time ever doing it. So I started off watching copious amounts of YouTube videos on how to get a poly finish off.
Yeah.
And that was a while ago, and then I decided to get around to it, and I forgot loads of stuff that I'd read, and you thought I knew what I was doing. So I bought a heat gun off of Amazon.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen any YouTube videos of people taking the finish off with a heat gun, it's like, but no, this like this did not go as easily.
Please tell me that you documented it. You filmed it.
I have, yeah. Well, I mean, that was back.
Man.
That was back in June that I started taking off, but I only actually finished it yesterday with a power sander and some hand sanding. I say I finished it. There's still a wee bit still on it. But what I wanted to ask you, Paul, is I've started watching the tutorials for putting the finish on.
Yeah.
Did you go ahead and do all the suggested coats that they said, and did it take as long as it said? Just because I've put so much time into this already.
No. It didn't take as much time. The thing that did take more time, I think, was the neck. It dries really quickly. It does dry really, really quickly, and it looks great. It's a really good finish. Yeah,
well, yours looked great. I love the look of yours. You had the like the vintage blonde one, is that right?
Yeah. And it looks good. I've got it in the house actually. I've got the guitar in the house. I should bring it in.
Love a vintage blonde.
No. It looks really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything that 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 you should be aware of, but there's not. It was really simple.
Well, I do have a
Make sure
question
you
actually. Yeah, the gloves.
go on.
It was because it's the T style you had, wasn't it? So this is going in the strap. I'm yet to figure this out, and I was watching the tutorial video, and they were saying like how you could hang it, or you can use a shot glass. And I know you went for the shot glass.
Yeah.
So see, just thinking of the process how you did that. So you had the shot glass there on the underside, and then say you're working on the back, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So you do a coat on the back, and then what? You just lift it with your hands, and then do you put this side on top of the shot glass? Is it okay for the shot glass to touch the finish you've just done?
No, so I did the front first.
Right.
I did the front of the guitar first, and then
Just
flipped
flat.
it over. Just flat, and then did that, and then flipped it over, put it on the shot glass.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was the bit that takes a bit of time because it's the drying. But to be honest, I mean, it depends how precise you want to be.
Yeah.
You can honestly, I think you can literally just paste it on, flip it over, put it on, just lay it flat on some polystyrene or whatever you've got. Do that, and then just touch up little bits that mark. It doesn't take as long as it didn't take 5 days. It was the neck that took more time, I think.
Ah, cool, nice one.
Yeah.
So
so that'd be great.
I'm excited about it because, well, you can probably see. So I'm going to lift this up again. Funnily enough, this is the same model that Rafi used. This is a Fazli Finnica. It's basically a Jet GS400. It's like super cheap, but I love the necks on them and the bodies. Actually, what I've done purposely is I've took a little bit extra off this contour and at the back, try and get the weight down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not that's heavy, but the lighter the better, So
yeah.
But this is the original color.
But the pink.
Yeah, this Pepto-Bismol pink.
Pepto-Bismol.
That's it.
No,
so what I'm going for is I want a super duper hot pink, like a magenta or a cerise or something like that. But they don't do it. So I got in touch with Bolt and they sent me out basically all their colours. And I'm thinking of doing a little bit of a mix of these two.
Oh, nice one, yeah.
And they're actually, I think they're really clever with the names they give them. So Latina Red is Fiesta Red, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. And this one's pretty clever. This one's a bit more cryptic. Scooby Blue. Tell me when you get it.
Scooby Blue.
Think of the characters in Scooby Doo.
Daphne Blue.
There you go.
Good.
Yeah. That was pretty clever. That was pretty clever. Yeah. So these two, I'm going to have to mix up. And they said that you can mix them, and they're actually planning on doing a line of new colours next year by mixing them. So they're wanting to know what ratios I do, and then I'll let them know what it's turned out like.
Mate,
and apparently, whatever you mix it like in the bottle, whatever kind of colour it looks like wet in the bottle is pretty much identical to what it's going to look like on the guitar, which is pretty cool. So,
well that's what I found with that vintage blonde. It is quite hard wearing as well. I think you can. It's an easy guitar to relic as well because you can, if you want to get that sort of more worn finish, because it hasn't got like a clear coat on it or anything, so you can get it off. Did they send you the white bottle as well?
Yes. So I don't want to take up your entire stream, right? But I'll tell you another little bit of a thing that I'm trying to do. So yeah, here's the clear. And like you say, this little hole on the... Sorry, I'm trying to turn it to you. On the bottle. So apparently you're meant to pour as much of this in up until that hole for the first lot. I know you already know this, Paul. This is for your viewers.
No, man, no, it's good. It's good.
So yeah, you pour that in up to there. And then you're basically mixing in some of the clear coat and the paint together on the first few coats. And then once you've done that, whatever's left of this, you start to put that on after if you want like a more glassy finish. But one of the problems I'm encountering is that because I want to do a mix of this and the ratios, it doesn't actually tell you on the site how many mils this is and how many mils of this goes up to there. So here's my genius idea that I was going to put in a video, but I'll tell you about it anyway. Not sponsored, by the way, but Lidl right? I thought these looked about the right size of this bottle, but I'm still not sure. So
What the hell is that one? What the hell have you got in there?
this one here, this is exotic juice.
Oh, okay.
It's a potion.
Exotic.
Do
What
the
was it?
LIDL know you're promoting their wares?
Well, I don't know. Sorry, you might have to change your video description there for the stream. Sorry about it. But yeah, no, this one's 330 ml. Just talking about the mils, not the. But I don't know if it tastes any good, so I couldn't recommend it. They're unopened.
What's the
And
colour of that?
This is 250 ml. This is a Revive. This is going to make you feel amazing. Apparently, this is exactly what you want to be drinking just before refinishing a guitar. That's what it says on the bottle.
Mate, that's going to be coming out. That's going to be coming out the same colour.
If it goes in that colour.
So what I'm planning on doing is one of the colours that I'm not going to use. They gave me a black one, like I think it's called Film Noir or something. So I'm going to empty that one out so that I've got an empty bottle, and then I'm going to, with a ruler, I'm going to measure what this is. Right? It's not going to give me millimeters. It's just going to give me a measurement, and then I'm going to divide that by 5 and put markings on the bottle, on both bottles. And I'll do the same on the empty bottle, and then I'll know how many parts that I'm pouring into the bottle. And then once it's at the fill line, I'll be able to put this stuff in, and hopefully success. Stay tuned to the channel to see how it goes.
This is
if they sent you an empty bottle, it would have been so much easier, wouldn't it?
That would be, yeah, to know the measurements of the liquid, that would have been pretty handy, yeah, that's it. But there's some good feedback for Volt guitars, so that's
nice
it. Right.
One,
that's basically it. I'll leave you to it.
Well, cheers for coming on, mate. And best of luck. I look forward to watching the video.
Thank you, mate. I'm just currently editing the one from June when I was trying to refinish it. It's a total mess because I was trying on these super cheap lav mics as well. I've been trying to fix the audio on that, and it's so bad. And I'm trying to do this thing with a heat gun. I mean, it's an absolute disaster. So there you go.
Don't
it's
worry
a good laugh.
And honestly, crap audio is isn't that much of a big deal, I don't think.
You'd think so. If you looked at any of our videos from NAMM, the amount of abuse I've got from one of them.
Really? I watched yours, James. I watched the demo you were doing of what was it? You were playing the Les Paul, the Steve Stevens tune.
Oh yeah, the top one. Yeah.
I was watching that. It was a great vid. Good job. I think I wrote in your comments. Just congrats to you for getting through that in the chaos of that environment. Like, sounds pretty hard going.
Yeah, he did well. He did really well, actually. He did really well with that.
It ain't my first rodeo. It's not my first demo at NAMM, so it's not like I'm that fussed about it. But I would have spent more time getting it right, but we didn't have more time, so we just got on and did it.
Nice one. Did Steve Stevens walk past? No, he didn't.
No, thank God. Yeah, the thing is, you can always tell Steve Stevens because there's a bloke with big black hair and then two much taller girls either side of him normally.
There you go. Good for him. Good for him. Right, gents, I'll leave you to it. I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thanks very much for having us on.
See you soon.
Cheers, buddy.
Good night, mate.
Good night, mate. Lovely.
Nice.
Look forward to seeing that. Here we go. Boom.
Mike says that Gretsch lap steel is kind of nice, but I have no idea how to play it. Yes.
Me
absolutely.
neither. None at all. And I bought one.
Max, he says Dunlop Tortex, buy them in bags of 144. Bring cost down to under 30p. Nice. Caesar's Revenge. Anybody else like the Dorio Black Ice? Never tried one of them.
No, me neither.
Fair point on the harpsichord, says Michael. Piano for a bit was considered not a real instrument. Absolutely. There is only one real instrument.
Yeah, drums.
Jim, he says, are you guys going to check out the now free Tonocracy amp modeling suite? I've tried it out and it sounds good. Do you know what? I'm pretty done with amp modelers and stuff, with sort of software, computer-based amp modelers at the moment. How do you feel about that?
It's one of those things, isn't it? When you find one you really like, all of a sudden nothing else is as good as the one you really like. I don't think I've had it. But I mean, I'm so entrenched in the Tonex camp now, and Tonex does exactly what I want it to do.
Yeah.
And even I've just started experimenting with Tonex inside Amplitube and going, oh, this is brilliant, love this.
Mhm.
But I still am quite happy with my 11 rack for most things.
Yeah, funny, isn't it?
I was the Gladiators track I was doing the other day was all 11 rack.
Nice.
And it sounds really good. You know, I'm quite happy with how the guitars sound on that. So
Dave says Sir Lee. Oh, that's
Very
what he
good.
should be called. Sir
and
Lee.
he does play in a band called Galahad as well.
Oh, that's perfect. Sir Lee, that is genius. Ben says the amp capture element of tonocracy is actually NAMM, I believe. Oh, okay. That's how I heard it was on the website. Either that or Guitar ML. Nice. Cheers, Ben. But there. Lol. What's Sir Guy?
Isn't he one of the
Sir
little?
Guy.
Isn't he one of the little the meerkats?
Huh?
You know, you got Alexander and Sir Guy.
No. Why do you do this? Why? We were doing so well. Al says, right, I can't pronounce it. What's the? It's the venue in Bordeaux. It's one of my favourite venues in Holland. Great crew and kit. Love mixing in that venue. Nice one, Al.
Great. We should do a Studio Rats live tour.
Yes, we should do a Studio Rex live tour. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Still got to do our first gig. We haven't how that be years. Ben says, "Hey guys, I remember I was seriously. The thing about, can I just go back? Actually, the thing about that gig is it's a little bit difficult because we've got so many different singers on all the tracks.
Yeah,
it'll be really hard to do. And this female, see, it'd be such a weird gig.
I actually had an idea for a Studio Rats project, a Studio Rats recovered. So do some really good covers that nobody does.
As long as we don't do that awful Gloria Estefan tune that you were playing earlier. And I could even play that. No, that was awful.
Solo's great though. Sorry.
Ben says, "Hey guys, remember I was seriously thinking of getting a telly. I'm a used Furch from a store. I'm a used Furch from a store. I'm a used Furch from a store that's a top PRS dealer in the US. And while there, tried the NF53. Nice, the Miles Kennedy one. Don't want to tell you now. Why? Because you liked the NF53. I haven't tried that. I'd really want to try the NF53. I really want to try the NF53.
Really comment. I've never seen one.
I've lost my contact at PRS. She won't call me back.
Because you keep buying their guitars and selling them.
No, it's not. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's. I don't know what it is. I think I must have upset them somehow. Sorry, PRS. I don't mean to. Come back. Interestingly, I looked at the NF53 pickups in demos, but in person, I like the Miles Kennedy better. The NF53 was interesting, much twangier than I was expecting, but man, those guitars are great. Yeah, PRS guitars are great. I was sort of looking around my guitars today, just trying to think what I can, because I think I need to get some sort of fresh blood in.
You get itchy, don't you? You get itchy very quickly.
I do get itchy. Well, it's good for the channel though. It's interesting. It's interesting for the channel.
Do you know what? I don't think we've done or said or offended PRS. You know what it is? She's moved on. Your contact.
No, she's still there. No, she's still there.
Okay.
Still there.
Did you say something inappropriate? Did you send one of those emails you sent to other people to her by mistake?
I don't think so. And I was thinking of selling the PRS, and I got it out and played it, and plugged it in. I went, oh, it sounds so good. So I don't know what guitar's going next.
I've got two guitars for sale at the minute.
Have you? What have you got?
The pink Ibanez is up for sale, and the what's it called? The Chapman is up for sale. Neither of which are particularly expensive guitars, but both nice guitars in their own way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that have both sat on the shelf since the last time you played them, probably.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I really want. I really want to. Really want to try the PRS and F53. I think they're a bit ugly. And the Miles Kennedy one, I do think they don't look.
Oh, is that
great.
the telly? The PRS telly?
Yeah, yeah. But I think, I really want to try it. I bet they're great. I bet they're absolutely awesome. Hollywood actress. You see, that might be why. Maybe I give too much of an opinion on PRS.
Well, we did ever so slightly slate their rucksack last week.
That might be why. Their £250 rucksack. That might be why. Hollywood actress. Hi everyone. I'm late, but don't have much time tonight, so I might drop back a bit later. Welcome, Hollywood. Neil says, US combat vet here, joining a happy chat about venues. Hello, mate. Good to have you along. Thank you for raising my spirits. Are you so a vet? Does that mean is no longer serving?
Yeah, veteran. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh God, yeah. I hope you got away unscathed and all that sort of stuff.
And as our American friends to say to their comrades in arms, thank you for your service. We don't ever say that to squaddies over here, do we? Ex-squaddies.
Yeah, mainly because ex-squaddies are. I bet they don't. Do you think sort of squaddies in what we call squaddies? So, what rank is that?
Rank? Well, anyone from the army, pretty much. Is
Squaddy is
non-commissioned. Non-commissioned.
No, it's a bottom rank. The bottom rank.
Yeah, and non-commissioned is.
Oh, okay.
So a corporal can still be a squaddy.
Oh, okay. They tend not to behave themselves very well when they get out, and I'm wondering, and I don't think the American squaddies are probably as naughty. I reckon they're a bit better behaved.
Sweeping statement there from Mr. Drew, but I think you're probably fairly accurate. Yes, but thank you anyway on behalf of all our American friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael says in the Netherlands, venues oftentimes work with dedicated volunteers, light, sound, photography, local marketing. Oh, interesting.
That is true over here. The venue that Sam is using for his show again is volunteer run, other than the actual person who, at the end of the day signs the checks. I think it is volunteer run.
Excellent. Yeah,
which is why venues survive, because they've got very comparatively few overheads.
Yeah. Keith says, Paul, there is no room for red plate on that rack.
There will be here. There will be there if there's a red plate going.
I'd like a red plate. I would really like a red plate.
Mm.
No, you're right. There is no room. Possibly not the best buy, that rack. But it wasn't that much. It was 120 quid or something like that from IKEA. So it's got wheels on it. But it will do for the moment. And then if I need more space, I haven't got a lot of space in here anyway. So I can really only have sort of 3 amps in here, I think.
We were saying before we came on, I went, what? Hey. I went 9 at the moment.
yeah, James has got. Yeah, you've got way more space than I have.
Yes, that is true.
Major Pentatonic says more DIY pedal kit reviews would be good. Would fit into the affordable gear category. Yeah, you should do more of that. You're good at that.
Yeah, okay. More pedal kits.
You could do that on your channel as well.
Yes.
That might be a good. Good angle. The Elmwood 560 says, I like pedal and gear reviews, but not sure on the live. I like your current freeform style on your live chats and viewer participation. Best on here. Thanks, mate. So he likes pedal and gear reviews, but not sure on the live.
So we've done some crazy stuff live. I mean, we did the pickup swap on my Les Paul in the 12-hour show, didn't we? That was fairly crazy, but worked somehow. But I think our live show is cool. That works because we've got our little format and it kind of works out and stuff. So With
we
that
are
in
thinking of changing. Sorry,
so with that in mind, we should do the news.
we should do the news. We are thinking of changing the time of the live show as well.
Hmm.
To see, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what everyone thinks because I'd like to try and get it a bit earlier so we can try and capture. I mean, and I know it's a different show, and I know it's way more successful. But that pedal show, they get like 1,000 people watching, and I know that they are fantastic, those guys, and I know it's a different thing, but I'd like to try and we never really creep up much past sort of 100 120 people on the actual live bit. Then we get a couple of thousand people to watch it, but
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know if you think maybe a couple of hours earlier would work for everyone.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
should we go on
yeah.
to
Should we do the news?
Okay.
There we go.
Let's do screen, that one there. Right.
Image.
Yeah, there's not a lot of news today. So Warm Audio come up with some new pedals. So this is like the Muga Fuga, I guess. Oh no,
Is it the Muga Fuga or the Moga Foga?
No, it's not actually. This is the ring modulator. So the Moog one. These now, like the Moog pedals are, selling for about $1,000. So yeah, probably not such a bad thing that Warm Audio have come out with this, and also in a much more sort of friendly shape, even though it's still a bit of an odd shape. It's not as big as the Moog one.
I reached
really
out
good.
to Warm after our meeting at NAMM. I'm just waiting for an email back.
Nice.
With lots of lovely links of stuff we've done for them in the past.
Yes, nice one. Good job. Gibson launched the Extreme. They keep bringing this back. I'm a little bit unsure about the Supreme because I just don't like. Well, one thing I'm not a massive fan of an SG with a figure top, and the thing that I really don't like, I really don't like the split fret markers.
Oh, I'm not offended by those. I really am not offended by those at all. I mean, they're top heavy SGs, aren't they? They're not completely because most SGs, to my understanding, are symmetrical, aren't they? The top and bottom horn are the same.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Whereas these are slightly top heavy, aren't they?
Oh, I'd never noticed that. Oh, maybe all SGs are like that. I've never noticed that. You're right. It has got a slightly longer horn.
Yeah, it's got the horn. I mean, I like those. I think they look great. I particularly like the wine red one, or whatever color they call that. Or wine red, it is.
Yeah, no, that is
like
wine red. Yeah,
I like that a lot.
How much?
I reckon $5,000.
Why are you saying that? Are you saying that because you think Gibson are overpriced, so they're gonna be this sort of price, or are you thinking that's what it should be worth?
Yes. No, I think that's Gibson. I think that's Gibson with their inflated opinion of themselves at the moment.
Well, then you'll be pleasantly surprised. 3,799, which I think is a lot of money. I think it's a lot of money for an SG.
It is a lot of money for an SG, but they're pretty.
They're not cool though, are they? An SG, an SG should be.
An SG stands for solid guitar, about as rough and ready as you could possibly get in guitar format.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just too much of a traditionalist, but I think an SG should be red, just look like Angus Young.
Yeah.
Sort of SG.
Or black for the Tony Iommi look.
Yeah, black maybe. Yeah, I'll go with that. But I don't think the colours. I don't think the colours work on SG.
I don't like the sunburst one. That doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Next, we've got the Warm Audio Bender, which is the tone bender.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they put it in a sort of homage to the shape of the pedal of the original pedal, but in a more sort of pedal board friendly way. Great. 219 euro.
Yeah. The thing is, though, with those old pedals, they're all box. There's probably about 10 components in there.
They are. It's ridiculous what they charge. What you pay now for a proper tone bender, and you're dead right. There's nothing in them. There's nothing.
Is it Old Blood Noise of the pedal brand who do those huge metal chassis and stuff and look really cool? But you go inside and you go, it's a pedal. There's never that many components in them.
Old Blood Noise. I don't know about that. Do you mean you don't mean?
No, Old Blood Noise are a pedal.
Yeah, no, they are. Yeah, they are. They are. I don't know about their big pedals.
I think they're all pretty chunky.
Right. Interesting. And lastly, there's a new Gretsch signature, a Portuguese guitar player called John Gawley. I think it's
nice.
I don't know much about him. Oh, it's Portugal the Man. Okay, so it's not. It's from the band. Yeah, it looks quite cool, doesn't it? So he's not Portuguese, is he? I don't think.
Portugal the Man. Didn't they do?
Yes, they did that song.
Yes. Football song.
A football song.
Wasn't it a football song?
Oh God, you and me. No, it's not. No, they did. I can't think of They had a massive tune like a couple of years ago. Yeah. So yeah, they are. There we go.
Nice.
Nice.
Interesting. I want to share something we didn't talk about at the time.
Oh yeah, this is good.
So on our last day at NAMM, we were wandering a little, as we do, and we came to this booth. Apologies for the fact that I've got Pro Tools open in the background, but these amps, I don't know, I can do it here because you can see then. These amps were spectacular.
Can we? When you say spectacular, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, hang on, let's go like that.
That's it. That's better.
Yeah.
When you say spectacular,
I mean, I was incredibly impressed. Now they don't normally do them in these ridiculous colours. They do them in sort of normal finishes. They were very insistent on the fact that these were for the show only.
I hated the finish. I hated it. They look. Do you know what they look like? They look like some. I need to be careful with what I say. They look like some other element of NAMM that you and me normally moan about had made some amplifiers. They look like.
You don't moan about NAMM, surely. Let me just find that picture of the backdrop again. 1 second. Signature Sound Deluxe. I just want to go in here and go.
I really didn't. I hated the look of them. I thought they looked cheap, and they are anything but cheap.
I'm just trying to find the price list.
Which is
Sound Deluxe. Right. So this is for the limited edition amps are the Stinger and the Stinger 2, which are clearly the steel string Singer and the Dumble clones, effectively.
Well, they're all Dumble clones. And what they managed to do, they managed to get hold of. I think he said he had Robin Ford's Dumble.
Yeah.
And they've opened it up and they've copied it.
I kid you not. These are not for the faint-hearted. The Stinger 100-watt limited edition, 6 made in total, based off the David Lindy 0003 model, is $45,500. The Stinger 2, hand-wired 150-watt limited to 6 made, based off the SRV 0010 voicing, is also $45,500.
I was astonished. I mean, I thought we looked at these amps and we thought, oh, they look like someone's having a bit of a laugh, and someone's made some sort of cheap Dumbles. because and granted, they don't normally look like this. They've done this for NAMM and stuff like that, but they're, you know, it's if you're trying to market at yourself a Dumble
Audience.
clone, yeah, exactly, the audience. That definitely wasn't the right look for me.
The strange thing was that only one was plugged in.
And it did sound good.
It did sound good, but I thought that the first thing they were going to say to anyone talking to them seriously was try it out. They weren't interested. Very bizarre. Very bizarre.
It is very, very bizarre, and it's just an astonishing price. How can how they think they're going to get 46 grand for an amp? And then people think that 2-Rock or Amplified Nation are expensive.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're really not, are they?
No, not compared to these guys. No,
craziness. But I thought I'd share that because it's funny.
Yes, very much so.
But still, if they said we'll send you one, I'll be like, yeah, fine, send it over.
You like it then?
Yes, all of a sudden. I'm not cheap, but I can be had.
The Elmwood says,
one sec. No, sorry.
One Man Carnage. He says, thanks for the response. I do prefer the Phase 90 sound that Eddie used. So yeah, go first in the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're using the compressor, go after the compressor.
Yep.
Hollywood actress Lee, great to hear the Boss IR pedal worked out and delivered. Yeah, that's really great. Isn't that really good? Chris Stewart says PMP and electronic term.
An electronic term, I suspect. At this point,
PMP, but what does that mean? PM
push and pull.
PMP. I'd never heard of PMP before.
No idea. At this point,
point.
Yeah, point to point. Yeah. At this point, John is joining us. Welcome, sir.
How's it going, guys? Can you hear me?
On, what keys have you bought now? What have you bought now?
I wanted to show a few Kiesel since the last time I showed the collection. I got a couple additions. All right.
Let's have a look.
So this is their sort of single cut model.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
That's SA6.
It's got staple P90s in there. I can't see.
Yes, it has two P90s. These are the Seymour Duncan Antiquities P90s in there.
Yeah.
Got a sort of traditional bridge there, the sort of cut 3-way switch over here. Beautiful ebony fretboard, some rosewood neck. Beautiful guitars chambered. So it's probably around 8 pounds.
Oh, nice. Can you show us the back again? Because I love what Keys will do with their neck joint. Look at the neck
yes. Joint. Yeah, with their set neck joints, they sort of smooth them over so you can still have pretty great access, even though it's sort of down in the neck.
Yeah, no, that looks great, mate. It looks really good. Really nice.
Nice little lavender color. Beautiful one right there. Then this is the Lyra. It's sort of like their it's their closest to almost a sort of Jaguar style. They don't really do sort of one of those single cuts offsets, but this is probably as close as I can get right now with theirs. It's a relatively new model of theirs. Very similar, nice thing. I kept this one pretty simple. I wanted a HSS. Actually, these are both sort of twin humbuckers. So there's in a single core one, but they give a nice little twin sound. I wanted a sound that was sort of similar to the St. Vincent guitar, how she has the 3 mini humbuckers.
Oh, mate,
it has a little 2x4.
Oh, look,
so the head stack.
That's cool, isn't it? How many keys have you got now?
I have 9 now.
9. He's gone. No, he's not. He's back. Wow.
And this is the craziest. Huh?
Did you go to the Kiesel event the other day?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I was down the street from you all. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Phil McKnight was there. Al Joseph was there. There was a lot of the Kisa artists was there. It was just a great event. They were super nice, super friendly, super chill. It was beautiful weather. And I picked this
that's
one up
great.
while I was there. This is a swirl edition, the limited swirl edition that they created. A headless Delo, so it's essentially a headless Strat S-type guitar with this sort of beautiful swirl finish that,
I love
that they did.
Great.
I wanted to sort of like nice little pawn shops is pickup with the nice chrome, brushed chrome, and then the actual tropic color pickups at the same time. This is a rich light fretboard. So it's sort of material fretboards. So I plan on using this to travel more when I'm just like my travel guitar to play and hang out with. It has like the walnut neck there. Super fun. Look, and it even has a nice little whammy bar.
Does it sound? Does it sound good? Obviously, it sounds good, but does it sound compared to your other Kiesels? Does it sound as good as?
Yes, it does, and it sounds pretty big too, especially for like a headless guitar. It's a really resonant sort of guitar. So I think I got the Swamp Ash body with this one. So beautiful sounding guitar, beautiful playing. I actually got it with 9s instead of 10s. I usually go with 10s. I wanted to see what the 9s were like. I am now an advocate of 9s. As I'm getting older, my hands getting a little tighter. I'll definitely go with the 9s.
I think especially with the Floyd Rose as well, because sometimes, you know, with the heavier gauge strings, you're bending up with a Floyd style trem.
Mm-hmm.
It moves more, doesn't it? So
it does.
Maybe,
it does.
Maybe 9s are the right choice for that.
Nice, one, mate. They beautiful look great, guitars.
It's such a shame that you don't really get, we don't really get them over here in the UK. It's such a shame that they don't have a.
They don't do through dealers. It's always through direct. They've just always been direct. So you can of course order them in the UK, and that's what you sort of end up people will end up doing. Order in most countries, they will ship to most countries. And the sort of the good potential thing about that is, for the most part, some of the VAT tax in the UK, for instance, is sort of taken care of on their side. So it definitely is. If you can get one and even try see if there's any at the local used shop, local guitar shop, play with them. I love the way that they play. And next time you're in NAM, you can just pop on down to Kiso. They're only around a 45-minute drive from from NAM, from Anaheim. So definitely check them out when you can.
So we were going to go to Norm's on the Monday, and literally the morning we were there, I went, "We're not going to Norm's," and he went, "Why?" I said, "Because they don't open on a Monday." I was like, "What's the point in that?"
Yeah, about that. Yeah, I fancy a Keys. So I'm going to have to. I might sort of see if I can get hold of Keys and see if they can send something over for review.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too, because they're pretty active on social media. They like to they love their sort of influencers and stuff. Most of their marketing now is done through social media. They don't really buy out ads anymore like they used to when they were Carbon.
Yeah. Oh, nice one, mate. I'm glad you're pleased with them. That you know, well, you should be. You got 9 of them.
I gotta get one of every shape and color and size. I only have one more. The wife is only gonna allow me to get one more. Get the 10th.
Get one the same color as one of the ones you've already got. You see, this whole thing had it for ages.
I think I have so many now that she doesn't even notice. She was like, "Oh, okay, which one was that again?"
That whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for letting me show off.
Cheers, John. No, it's great, mate. Congratulations and all that.
You're welcome, buddy. Anytime.
Have a good one.
See you, mate.
Let's get a couple more in. I think we got to there. Boom.
Hollywood says Davros at Davros and all. Check out the Jim Dunlop purple gel style plectrum in medium. It's thinner than 8.8 mil, but firm. Has a snap of a thinner pick, but also good for some light shredding too. Nice. Grunge. I'm using Erniball Prodigy 2 mil plectrums for the last few months. Make you play lighter, but articulation is great. Nice one.
That's one of that's a Prodigy. That's an Erniball 2 mil.
Oh,
it's like a doorstop.
Yeah, they're quite big. I use those Dunlop flows, and they're 0.8, but they're really hard. So
yeah,
they don't move. Yeah, they're really hard. I had that fact.
I have a selection of Paul Drew plectrums.
Mark says, "Yo, dudes, greeting from Wimbledon on this mild night. Nice. Currently restringing my old Court G250. It's pretty good for an old budget axe. You guys played them. Funny enough, Lee, Sir Lee.
Are you saying he's surly or
Surly? I'm very good. Yeah. He had a Court for a while. It was good. Good guitars. Really good guitars. Chris says, never mind. Pretty. Never mind pretty. Soz. This is great, isn't it? I don't understand what's going on. Great. Vazini says, back in the day, Carol played everything we listened to. We just didn't know it. Yeah, no, probably true.
She was the original bass player for the Wrecking Crew. Yeah. Evan Wars and Carol Kay. You desperately need to do some research on this lady. She's played legend has it she wrote the bass line.
I think he was saying, do you mean Carol Kay? Not who is Carol Kay?
I do mean Carol Kay, yeah. Legend has it she wrote the These Boots Are Made for Walking bass line, the Mission Impossible theme, all that sort of stuff.
Nonsense. Evan Ward, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Just watched the Wrecking Crew movie day before yesterday. Oh, I should have a look at that.
Yes, I want to see that as well.
Yeah. I would love to see the finished product down the road. I wonder what we're talking about here.
I think that's probably to do with the strap color.
Yes, I think you're probably right there.
Phil, give me a thumbs up if you want to come on. That's thumbs down. So I'm going to go with a no. Then that's fine. That's cool.
Phil, just to let you know, Phil, you don't need to come on. It takes up bandwidth. So if you're not coming on, probably best to drop out because you can still watch the show, mate. Just you don't need to be in the to drag up the chat.
Holding area.
Holding area. That's it. Chris Stewart said, "Efforts equals results." It sure does.
Yes.
Great Benzini says, does Steve have a channel? Yes, Steve does have a channel. It's called Steve Cassidy Guitar. There we go.
There you go. Boom.
There we go. Andy Drudy, I've come to the opinion that the higher your neck action, the better the guitar sounds. The effect is dramatic. Yeah, I think lots of people say that. Although sometimes you hear a guitar with a little bit of buzz on it, like the action's really low and you get a real nice sort of bright snap from it. So
one of the guitars I played at NAMM, I say guitars in quotes, that if one comes up, I'm having one. I'll show you the picture on here. And I forgot how weird they were to play. Was one of these. And I want one really badly because I love the noise. I'm just trying to find the image. Come on. I want one of those.
You love a weird thing, didn't you? You love a little weird.
I want a electric sitar. And I played it and went, I'd forgotten how weird it was having the strings damped by the metal bar underneath.
Yeah.
That kind of twangy sitar-y noise. I was like, oh, it sounded so good though.
I'm just going to give another opinion about high actions and stuff. I'm just grab a guitar. Right. If your action is high, the
Yeah.
only thing for me is, I don't know if it's going to come across here. Say, like, I'm exaggerating here. I don't know if you can see how much of that string is off there, but they are. You can sort of see there. Now, if your action's too high,
Yeah.
you're affecting the pitch as you push down.
Yes.
So, I mean, intonation to me is the difference between an experienced guitar player and a beginner guitar player is how it sounds, is how the intonation is.
Yeah, totally.
On your note. So if you've got a high action, you're pushing down the note. That's affecting the pitch. So, but then people like Steve Ray Vaughan had a high action, and he was brilliant.
To every rule, there is an exception.
There always is.
Yeah. Right. There's stuff there. Let's go through. Here we go.
Major Pentonic said, I think the earlier comment on PMP is to do with the type of impurity doping of semiconductor component layers, PMP or NPN junctions in transistors. Similarly for diodes.
I'm going to nod and agree at this point because you left me behind.
It's a bit above our pay grade, I think, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you're giving us some kind of credibility of actually knowing what we're on about.
Jim says, should have also mentioned that Tonocracy does amp capturing, and I think it also plays name captures. Interesting. So does the 2 Notes Genome. That plays NAM captures as well.
Oh God, here we go.
I've got a great cover. Theatre I can do. Informed by Snow. I love that song.
Informer.
I love it.
No one can actually. Everyone goes Informer, and no one starts to do the next bit because it's really.
It says Informer. No one can understand a word I'm saying. No, it's not. It's but that's what it sounds like. Informer. Centre wheelchair pillow. Can amp modelers or digital amps or anything give you high gain without hum or hiss? Can amp modelers or digital amps or anything give you high gain without hum or hiss?
Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, because you can get close, but I mean, when you capture a high gain amp, generally it's got hiss, and you capture the hiss.
Yeah, I think. I mean, amps, yes, but it's a different hiss. It's a different when you use a digital thing, there is a digital element to that hiss. I mean,
that is high gain without hiss. It's so good. It's so good.
I mean, if you get that same hiss with normal amps on high gain, just embrace it. Honestly, I don't even worry about it anymore. It honestly does not bother me.
I've done so many recordings where if someone's doing a kind of an AC/DC style junk, gang, where I've had to put a noise gate in to noise gate out the gaps.
Yeah,
most, or even just a noise gate without a complete threshold where it just drops the noise down. That's acceptable. That's totally acceptable. You haven't got to completely go junk silence. It's a guitar, it's supposed to have some background noise and stuff.
I agree. I think noise is part of it. Yeah. I came up with P. Howdy, boys. Late, had to mow the lawn. Unbelievable. Wish I could mow the lawn.
First world problems.
The Edge of Breakup. He says, almost retired and hope to set up a pedal board with the 12 pedals I purchased over the past 8 years. We'll be using my 98 Hot Rod Deluxe, 90s PV Bandit, and early issue Vox ACTV4 as a pedal platform. Nice one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because I've got the two TSR Cornells here at the minute. I'm definitely thinking there's a video about stereo amps and stuff because I've got 2 identical amps.
Nice. Yeah.
Which should be quite good fun.
Caesar's Revenge. FYI, the pickups in the PRS SC Paul's guitar are full-size humbuckers. Tuned to sound P90-ish. That also has fantastic split. Nice one. Thanks for filling me in. Thanks for Neil says, most likely enlist in the US as a sailor. Well, we are pretty good. Yes. Davros, subscribe now to Steve's channel. Everyone's subscribed to Steve's channel now.
Good.
Mr. Barr is in the house here. Paul James, are you still using that ISO cab you used to have? James is using one. It's right over there.
It's behind that chair. Yes, it's great. Love it.
I'm not. I had a bit of a love-hate relationship with it, to be honest. They are really good. Personally, I think if you want a silent speaker, to go low box as opposed to ISO cab. If you don't mind, sort of noise in the room and stuff, then great.
I mean, if I'm recording guitar at the same guitar, if I'm recording a whole band in here with drums, and I put the guitar through the Grossman, you can't hear it. In context, you've got a real guitar, real speaker sound, so you can change your mics and all that sort of stuff without noise in the room. It's not enough to worry me. Even in my old room, I used to have the ISO cab directly behind me.
Yeah.
And if someone was playing at the same time, you couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, it ain't moving because it's bloody heavy.
They are so heavy, aren't they, those things? Hollywood says, Steve, weight the paint bottle. Oh, Steve, weigh the paint bottle. Then get a similar empty bottle and weigh that. This will give you a proxy of how much liquid's in the bottle.
Great shout.
Well done, Hollywood. Neil says, you're currently on at noon on the Pacific coast. Lunch viewers. There we go. We get the lunch viewers. Thanks, says Chris. Anytime, Chris. Steve says, Hollywood at Chris, thank you, mate. I consider this too great shout. Typically, my kitchen scale needs a new battery.
Right, they're all chatting amongst themselves a little bit. Boom, let's go in there.
As a Vietnam vet, US Air Force were pretty calm and collective. Show your ass and no upgrade in rank, i.e. no dollars. Nice one. Wow. So K. Michael P was in Vietnam.
It's one of those things that we always get. When I come back from Nam, everyone goes, what, Vietnam? I go, you weren't there, man.
Yeah, man. Great Vanzini says he's from Alaska, of all places. Who's from Alaska? It's so funny because we get the comments so much later than what's going on. So if there's anything, try and put in maybe to reference, and it can help sometimes with our mashed brains. Evening, fellow royalist and James. Fellow royalist.
I'm a royalist to a certain extent. Right, boom. Let's go there.
Neil says BAE pedals like the Royal Tone and are big and bulky in metal. They sure are. Yeah.
They do a big cheese, don't they? The big yellow thing.
Do they?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, excuse me. Michael Parkin Bum. He says, hi guys, not caught a live stream in a few weeks. How's things? Good, mate. How are you?
Hope all is well. It's going. It definitely is going.
45 grand for an amp is ridiculous. It sure is. Insane. It is mental. I can find you that from you could. Certain countries you can do that. David Dare Parker, built for real estate developers and lawyers. Yes, I think for people, they want to have something fancy in their room. David Stockton, those amp look like the NAF finish on accordions. Exactly, that's exactly what it looked like. Actually, Match this do a finish like that, but not quite as gaudy. It's called Chow Curtain. I think that's what it's called. It's weird, isn't it? Mike says, late to the party tonight, but evening, Mike. Hope you're well. Alan Rice says, PMP etc. refers to transistors positive, negative, positive, or the alternative negative. Geez, we're going to lose some viewers there. It's the connections to the connector, base, and emitter. Sorry to get all text with you. No problem, Alan. Thank you for
good.
the.
It's all good. I'm just going down to the one. Here we go.
Love that swell, Keith. It looks good, doesn't it? It looks really good.
I like that a lot. They're dipped, aren't they? They set it all out. They do all the pack. It's all on a tank, isn't it?
I imagine so.
And then they just go through, and it's down in one swift.
I imagine so. I don't know how the Steve Vai, the old Steve Vai swell guitar was done, but I imagine that's probably done the same way. Chemical P, nothing wrong with Richlight. There's no warping, stable, and won't wear out. There we go. Adrian says, "Hey guys, any thoughts on the Boss Katana 100 Mark II taken pedals on good?" We've done videos on. I've done videos actually on the Katana 100 Mark II taking pedals. I think it takes pedals really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great little pedal platform. Great Vanzini says, "We even had a cafe called Closed Mondays getting popular here."
Bizarre. It's a hairdresser thing over here. Hairdressers,
yes,
they open Saturdays, so they don't open Mondays.
It's crazy. Imagine the amount of just like have some staff to take over that point.
You think
crazy? You're losing customers. Steve Cassidy, the wife has enforced the old 10 Kiesel cap. Keith, John, nice guitars. Congrats, man. You have a Greg Howe signature in that collection? ? Not my country. Says, did you fellas go and see the classic rock show featuring Pete Thorne? No, I didn't. I would like to have seen
it. I keep say Pete has said just reach out and I'll get you some tickets, but they were on tour. I know they're on tour still, or they've certainly been doing the tour. But we were in NAMM when they were doing it. They were in Cambridge when we were at NAMM.
Oh,
yeah.
Great Jasmine Vegas. Robert Conte used a .37.
I'll nod and agree.
She has a whole song list on the website. It's really long. John says, no Greg Howe said gig, but I do have his humbucker in my Kiesel Aries. Nice. Jeff, change of live stream time. It starts at 6 a.m. on Thursday morning here in Brisbane, 5 a.m. when you guys have daylight saving. Earlier doesn't work for me, though, although you don't have many Aussie viewers. We have a few Aussie viewers, or we used to have a few Aussie viewers, didn't we? Maybe. There's got to be a way of building up the numbers because they're a bit low at the moment. David says, what's the album you guys waited for and it sucked? Well, that's a good question. Well, I mean, any of the 80s metal bands that I was into when I was younger.
I don't know, because I mean, most of my musical tastes are at least 10 years older than I am. Therefore, I don't know.
There are so many sucky second albums, though, aren't there?
I think the biggest upset was the Darkness's second album, because the first album
was an upset for me.
No, the first album was brilliant. It had it's a classic case of a local band, a rock band, gigs their first album for years and perfects it, and have then got 18 months to write their second album, and it's never going to be good.
It was terrible. It was just. I just don't get it. I never got the Darkness. Al Lindsay says, does anyone know if Nashville NAMM is still a thing this summer? Can't find much online. I don't think it's going to be this summer.
I don't think it's going to be. Also, I don't know if anyone else saw, but they're making winter NAMM only 3 days. It'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
As it should be.
Because the April NAMM was only 3 days.
Yeah.
It could work out in our favour. Who knows?
Be cheaper as well, wouldn't it? Who buys 12 pedals in 8 years? I've bought and sold more than that in 2024. That's true. True. Paul, how many times have you laughed at Jason Statham? I've had worse. I get Jason Statham, which I find a compliment. I get Bill Burr, which upsets me. Who else do I get? I get some other ones as well, which are just kind of nothing like him.
I get Gene Wilder, and he's dead.
Yeah, you get Gene Wilder, yeah, and Simon Phillips, don't you, occasionally?
And Simon Baker. I don't mind Simon Baker.
Simon Baker. Jeez. Isn't that Darth Vader?
No, that's David Prowse was Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, okay.
James L. Jones was the voice. Simon Baker is the actor from The Mentalist.
Oh, you God, that is a compliment. That is definitely.
I know. I'll take that any day. Gene Wilder's a bit more realistic.
Oh no, I'm going to struggle with this one. Athanasos. I'm really sorry if I butchered that, my friend. Could we have an episode on Andy Sneap recording guitars, then, please?
I could reach out to Andy and see if he's up for that.
Do you know Andy?
I've met him a couple of times, and we have a mutual friend in Mike Exeter.
Right. I'd really like to meet Andy Sneap. I think he's brilliant.
He's a lovely chap. He's jolly tall. We could go up to his place in Derbyshire. He's got an amazing, incredible studio. Basically, imagine my room set up as a stage.
Yeah.
So big drums, 4x12s and stacks and stuff, and like side fills and stuff. So the band can actually play as a live gig. And then in a room kind of through walls that are this thick. It's an old dairy, I think, or an old cow shed or something. And the wall, all stone, and walls are huge and stuff. Is his mix room, and I've never heard volume like it from a mix. I mean, it's like proper pin to the wall loud when he mixes.
Yeah.
But it's sounding great.
Yeah, well, let's do that because I'd really like to. I think that'd be a really interesting.
Yeah,
episode.
good day.
I'm surprised we haven't already done that.
I'll speak to and see if we can get a day with him. Great.
Sound of Vision at David Barry tribute show says, "Hi both, Paul. You should do a video with Lee demonstrating the tones from that small pedal board he built to use last weekend. Would be interesting to hear." Yes, we sort of did a video with Lee, the second video, because Lee was gigging or Lee had the IR2 for a while. So we're going through sort of how Lee uses it and stuff. But yes, let's do that. Next time Lee's over, I'll get him to bring his pedal board over.
Cool.
Willie, Load Box. That's my pet name for my ladies' clam. That is wrong on so many levels. John Gawley. Who's John Gawley? I know John Gawley. Crappy Conflict, but great soundtrack. John Gawley, Portugal. The man is from Alaska. There we go.
Portugal, the man was no.
Portugal, the man. Yeah. Mendel Rocks. Oh yes, looking forward to your stereo amp experimentation. Love the live show format, and current time seems to allow global reach. Keep up the videos you are with joy. More is more. Cheers, Mendel. More is always more, mate. That's definitely the way. I don't understand it. Why do people not watch this? Why do people not watch it live? When you do this slow pedal video, can you briefly compare it with other pedals, e.g. Marshall Governor? Maybe not as advanced as the SLO, but the same sort of general idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. The Rev would be a good one to put with it as well, because that's high. Yeah. Oh, a Rev generator. That's the amp you should get. They're not an inexpensive beast. Yes, not secondhand. I don't think. Not too shabby. Actually, Rev haven't got back to us. I need to contact them.
Yes.
The Elmwood 560. The live you are on at 3 p.m. in the East Coast and 12 o'clock on the West Coast. Most people at work, that's me. Just that's something to think about. Okay, mate. Good to know. Yeah. People don't seem to mind with the pedal show, which is.
But maybe they're nicer guys than us.
Oh, without doubt. Way more talented. Steve Cassidy says, I'm often confused with Oprah Winfrey. I'm often confused about Oprah Winfrey as well. John Waller, swab finishes were done by dipping the guitar through a floating layer of paint on the surface of a liquid. Each guitar were hand dipped by Jeff Kiesel, so each guitar has a unique swell. Nice.
Very cool. Yeah. I saw a bloke do that with his head once.
His head? Right. Nick Torres, how do modelers like the Quad Cortex fare in the studio compared to a good tube amp?
I think for me, it's still about layers.
Yeah.
Layering live, where you are the guitar player. Maybe you have two guitar players playing through a single Quad Cortex, which is totally legit to do. They sound fine. They sound absolutely fine. You start layering them up, and I'm not going to call them artifacts in what we know as digital artifacts, noise, and all that sort of stuff build up. But there's like a fog that builds up.
Yeah.
And you don't get that with valve amps or even transistor amp, real life stuff. You just don't get it. And until they sort that, I don't even know what it is. But fog is the best term, isn't it? It kind of just gets in the way. It's like a sheen that's gone.
Yeah, I need to think about that before I probably make a comment on it. But there is definitely something. There's definitely something there that's yeah. I mean, they're all good. I need to get another Quad Cortex. I need to get one so we can do some more stuff on it. Oh, do you know what? I probably would have bought one by now, but if they hadn't done that stupid thing at NAMM saying soon or whatever, there's me thinking, but if I buy this now, it's going to be out of date.
There was a second-hand one on eBay for I think it was $1,000, just a smidge over $1,000.
Oh, okay,
and I was like, I probably could, but at the time it wasn't ideal timing. So
yeah, I need to get one. I do need to get one.
To me, Quad Cortex, very cool, very clever. Early adoption wasn't the right choice for me.
No, but I think now they've sorted out some of the stuff. I think maybe it's worth re-looking at.
Yeah, maybe.
Farid, evening guys, will you do a video on the uses of a volume pedal?
And where to put it?
Yeah.
I always used to have two volume pedals on a rig. One on the way in, one on the way out.
Yeah. A lot of sense. Soldano SLO versus EVH 5150 OD. Nice.
Well, that might have just answered that previous question we were having before the show, mightn't it?
Yeah, but it means the actual pedal as opposed to sort of pedal going in. But yeah. Michael, the fog referred to might not be all code getting the right processor time latency. It could be, and it's also it's more of a feel thing for me at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't like the way it felt. I expected to put headphones on or put speakers on and be blown away, and I wasn't, and that didn't do it any favors to me.
Yeah.
We've got there. We're under 2 hours, and we've done beautifully well to keep going. Thank you ever so much for everyone who's joined us. Thanks for everyone who's come on the show to join us live in the room, so to speak. We'll be back next week for more of the same old guff. We have plenty more content going out this week. I know Paul's working on some stuff, as am I. But for now, thank you for all your suggestions for videos. Keep those coming in through the channel and through YouTube and all that sort of stuff. Comments, questions, all those sort of things. Very, very much required, quite frankly, because without your input, we don't know what to do next. So thanks again, and we will see you same bat time, same bat channel next week at Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Good night.
Cheers, guys.